Welcome to Greek for a Week. We are beginning the second to the final paragraph in the book of First Peter. So you'll notice here that we are going to be looking at the paragraph of chapter 5, verses 6 through 11, only looking at two verses here, verse 6 and 7. This has been a very good study, walking through First Peter to see how all of the various aspects, paragraph structure, grammar, syntax, and how everything's all come together. So we'll see here that Peter is making an appeal. He's making an appeal specifically to the believers, whereas the preceding paragraph of verses 1 through 5, that was specifically speaking to the responsibility of the elders. So let's begin, as we always do, and translate. He says, "Therefore, humble yourselves under the mighty or powerful hand of God, in order that he may exalt you at the proper time. By casting all your care on him, because he cares for you." Let's make note of a couple of things. The that we would begin this particular verse with, that's an inferential use. That is where you basically have an introduction to an exhortation, which in this case is humble yourself. That exhortation really is based on what was previously stated in verse 5. You have here, with the first word of the text, first word of verse 6 is your second person plural, aorist middle imperative of tape nao. It's a middle use of the theta eta ending. Typically, the theta eta ending is a passive ending. But here I think it's middle, stressing the you and yourself and your humility to the authority of God. Then the hupa prepositional phrase here, hupa, tain, kratation, kera, tu, theu. So basically he's saying here, as Dubis states in his Baylor handbook on the book of First Peter, he says the hupa here, the preposition hupa, is a marker of that which is in a controlling position. So you are humbling yourselves under, again, under what? And that's the mighty hand or the powerful hand of God. The hina, of course, here, your hina clause, for what purpose do you humble yourself? For the purpose of that God would exalt you. And then, of course, at the proper time is the en kairo. That's the temporal use of the dative en. Moving forward into verse 7, I'm going to take the participle here. That participle, the aorist active participle, masculine nominative plural, epiripto. I'm going to take that as a participle of means, basically telling you how you are humbling yourselves. And then, of course, the cause, here's your hati, the cause, because why? Well, he cares for you. And here's your he cares, the mele. There's your third person singular, present active indicative of melo. And then your peri, humon. Here's your prepositional phrase, basically a dative of respect or dative of reference. That is, he cares with reference to or with respect to you, and the you plural there obviously being the you throughout the context of the passage. So again, I think it's again, as Peter continues to move through this paragraph, we're going to see just exactly what all the believers are going to basically have the responsibility to do. Thus, I think because it's in I'm suggesting it's in the consolation toward the believers of this letter. That's why I'm suggesting appeal as opposed to the word responsibility. So again, trust that's been helpful. That was chapter 5, verses 6 through 7. We will continue to work our way through the text. We'll look at verses 8 and 9 next week, and then 10 and 11 the following week. And then, of course, you know that we diagram the week after that. Have a great week, everyone.